Summertime. Så du min, og jeg vild med dig. Summertime. Honey, honey, solen danser, du og jeg. Hver evig eneste morgen, der går jeg i skoven. Jeg tager min gummier på, giver hunden snor og synger ta-la-la-la-la-la. Om det regner og sner, eller der sol for øjen, yeah, yeah. Så byder jeg stille bånd for dig og ønsker dig lykke på vejen. Så nemlig for...
So, this has been a challenge of great proportions. Welcome to Modern Shaman, your Modern Shaman, Maria in RainbowLand, here from the harbor of Esbjerg, my hometown. I can see the ferry is sailing now. Let us check it out. This has been a journey and a challenge. This is the astrological forecast for the week of the 5th, the collective, from the week of the 12th till the 19th of 2018. And I'm right here on the harbor, which you probably already saw. I will start by making your sun sign horoscopes, each of your signs, and then I'll get back to this. I'll edit it so that it comes in at the end of the report this time. So as you're watching your sun sign horoscope end, you will see this afterwards.
Summertime. Så du min, og jeg vild med dig. Summertime.
Hi there, Leo. This is your Modern Shaman, Maria in RainbowLand, here with the weekly forecast for the week of the 12th and 1 week ahead. I'm here in Esbjerg, Denmark, and it's beautiful. I'm by the sea. As we end the report, I will panorate. Can you use that? Panorere in Danish. Take the camera and show you where I am. There's seagulls and stuff like that, and maybe a little wind, so excuse me for that. What's going on this week is that we have a new moon in Gemini, and that is your social sector, you know, so this about your friends and the talk is going on, and a lot of down, the balls in the air, things are going on, and you're used to that because this has been, you have had a lot going on for a long time. But at the same time, we have Mercury moving into your 12th house, which is a less social sector, which is the sector where you need to withdraw from the world. You need to listen to your inner voice, your inner child. If your inner child needs peace, you need to find a way, even though there's a lot going on at the same time, to retract from the world, withdraw yourself from the world and get that peace, alone time, and for you to think about things behind the scenes. So that because usually you are always on stage, but you need some time on your own as well, if it's possible. But you have to emphasize on that in your life. At the same time, now I'm going to contradict this because this is the scope for this week. At the same time, there's a lot going on because Venus, the planet that kind of always comes with beauty and attraction wherever she goes. So when she goes into one sign, it always makes you more attractive to other people, not only the opposite sex, but even to children and dogs may find you more pleasant to hang around. And well, maybe you want to, you know, sometimes when Venus moves into a sign, we get some kind of a makeover. Get a new haircut, change the style, or maybe just get a new tie, you know, depending on who you are. If you're the more conservative type or you're the more, you know, Uranus-ish type where you just want to explode in colors or something provocative, doesn't matter. That's a good chance for you to change something there, and that will make you happy. But since I am your modern shaman, I try also to go a level deeper than that. But as I said, you know, you have to balance this very social thing going on in your horoscope with the privacy, and that can be hard as we reach Friday, because Mercury is going to be in an opposition to Saturn. So there's a Saturn over there in your 6th house demanding you to work. We also have Pluto over there, and that's why it's so much for you, you know, sometimes too much. And as Mercury is like, okay, can I just relax my mind for a while, because we've been on this boat full speed ahead for so long, please let me relax, and blah, blah, blah. Comes Saturn in and said, no, not just yet. You have your responsibilities, you have your duties, you had things you said yes to, so you need to do what needs to be done, and you feel like this is blocking you from actually getting the release of tension that you needed, and it's standing in the way for you to having this spiritual progress that you wanted. But you just have to accept it. It will be over, and if you, by being patient, you will get over it. And remember that this doesn't have to happen to you directly. Sometimes it can be for your children, your friends, someone in your close environment, depending on how Leo-ish you are, or depending on how the universe chooses to show this to you. Maybe you are getting time off to be a little bit more withdrawn, so it's someone in your close circles that this is happening to. But most likely you also feel that you are a little overburdened. So as we have Venus in your sign making you attracting, it's going to go into opposition with Mars in your 7th house of relationships. So this could either be that you're meeting someone, if you're single, that's finding you very attractive and that you can flirt with, and maybe you get something going with, or maybe you are already in a relationship and it's, you know, time for you guys to do something together, time for you guys to find romance in your private life, and you and your partner is gonna perhaps disagree about something, because it is an opposition. But if you find the balance between the masculine and the feminine, and make room for both sides, then and listen to each other, then this will inspire you guys to have a really, really nice week, and this aspect will continue to have its repercussions. So a good idea is always to listen to the other part as well. But always listen to your heart, you know. Don't follow trends, follow your heart. This is the Leo motto, and since I'm MC Leo, which means that my work, my career is about being a Leo, this is my motto as well. So I love you guys, and I hope that you will have a romantic time with your partner, and that he will treat you like the goddess you are, and the lioness or the lion on the savannah, and just allow yourself to be you, Leo. I love you, Leo guys, and I love the way you dare to express yourself. As having it in my career house, I often get the slam in the face from people who are like, you stick out, we don't want you to think that you're better than anyone else. And I'm like, I don't think I'm better than anyone else, you know. Just because I'm noticeable doesn't mean that I think that. But you know, for standing out, you sometimes get one type of clash or the other. But we don't care about that, because as long as we follow our hearts, and this goes for all signs, we know we did the right thing and the best we could, probably. So good luck for you guys, Leos. I hope that you find time to rest and get some calmness and time for on your own. And good luck with whatever it is that's going on for you guys in your life. Best of luck with the new things that's gonna go out on publicly, and yes, you have a lot on your plate, and I feel compassion with you guys. See you next week. Thanks for watching. Remember to subscribe if you don't already do, if you want to. Ciao.
Så du min, og jeg vild med dig. Honey, solen danser, du og jeg. Hver evig eneste morgen, der går jeg i skoven.
This is the collective report. You just saw your sun sign horoscope for the week of the 12th to the 19th of June 2018. This is your modern Jamie Maria and RainbowLand here from the harbor of Esbjerg, my hometown. Tomorrow I'll be leaving for Tokyo, so this is my last day here. And this has been the wildest challenge. If you saw the report last week, you have seen that I mentioned that Gemini, the Sun and Mercury in Gemini was squaring Neptune. And this has been communication problems, there's been problems with the internet, problems with the car, because it's Gemini's communication and movement, anything that makes you move around like a car and stuff like that. So last week you probably had some challenges concerning these things, or depending again on which sign you are, not only which sign you are, also depending on how affected you usually are by these phases of this your sun sign, because I am living life very intensely. So when things are going on in the zodiac, you always see it in my life very clearly. But for some people, it's more something in the outer layers of their reality. It can be a relative, close relative, where these things that I'm talking about happens to. It doesn't have to be themselves. It can also be someone who knows someone, or even in the news. It doesn't have to affect you directly. But for someone like me, my drone smashed. And this is because Neptune is in Pisces, in this square, which is about communication. So the drone was filming me trying to communicate pictures, images, which is Pisces. And the square is troublesome. Something can crash. The car broke down. The clutch crashed, so the car couldn't drive, and I have to go to Copenhagen to fly to Tokyo tomorrow. And I had to pick up something astrology-wise at my uncle's in a place I can only go to with the car. Just to give you an example, I don't know how it affected you, but the influences of these things can have small repercussions last week, depending on how much broke and how long it will take to fix it. But it is a new week this week, and the main thing is that we have a new moon in Gemini. And this means that there's a lot of action going on to the communication, to numbers. You have to figure out new stuff, a lot of things going on. You feel like, oh, can I keep up with this? Because there's something all the time, and someone's calling, someone's writing, you are texting, you are flying, you know, and your eyes cross at the end of this, because you cannot grasp all of it. Or probably you can, because this is what Gemini can do. So there's a new moon here. I'm sorry, as you just saw in your personal sun sign, I also mentioned it. But the interesting thing that I do in the collective report, because this report is for all signs, so this is what's going on generally, collectively, that we also have to bear in mind. And generally speaking, we have to know that all summer we have some certain things that will go on and have its effects upon us. And these are the things in relationships. We've started some things that are going on between you and someone else on a deeper level, where some transformation is going on. It's about the masculine meeting the feminine. Mars is in opposition to Venus this week. And when Mars and Venus, the masculine and feminine is in opposition, it's about a balance. It's always about a balance when we talk about oppositions, if you want the pure love. So it's about finding a balance within existing relationships, about you wanting to, you know, the masculine always wants to penetrate. That's the nature, and the feminine is the receptive part of our nature. But the feminine can also be manipulative, and the masculine can just want something, and this, I will force my way through it. So it's about finding a balance between these forces within you. And this is squaring to Uranus off and on all summer. So, and this period started 3 to 4 weeks ago already, and it will be going on. So you just better get used to these tendencies, because usually the Mars-Uranus square is contracts that are what you call it, cancelled contracts. This can be personal between, oh, we were boyfriend and girlfriend, but we are not anymore. So this can be a relationship stopping if you don't learn to balance these things, because someone might not want to put up with this anymore, Pluto. It can also be death within, because death is also something ending. It doesn't have to be someone dying, you know. If you see a little bit of plastic in the picture, it's because I'm trying to keep the camera free of water, because it's raining, of course, also, as the car broke down and it's raining. I don't have enough battery and no one can charge it here. You know, this is just, yeah, for you, when you see it, these are last week's problems going on for me now filming this. But Mars is also conjuncting the south node of the moon. And Mars will be meeting this point again as it goes retrograde next week. The things we're dealing with now is something we're going to deal with again over the summer several times. And the south node of the moon is about karma, past life things, things that happened to you earlier in life. Something within you that you have to learn to look upon and make peace with, and try not to react in the outside world too strongly, because you have to know that the outside world projects something going on inside of you. So try not to make others responsible for these feelings that you might have concerning this. Am I decent? And the square to Uranus is also making sudden changes that may surprise you in ways that, oh, so you feel this in the relationship, and now then you get a shock and you might react. So try to be aware of this, and instead of reacting and being, destructive, try to be creative instead. Try not to be too forceful upon others in a way where you create sorrow instead of healing. You can be the healer and help others, or you can cause them sorrow or pain because you're too harsh and come across with something that hurt others. So try to find this balance. And the other thing going on this week is also that it's the same thing, but within this aspect, we are having Venus, the relationship planet in Leo. It's squaring the Uranus aspect in not exactly, but enough, because it's squaring between the signs in Taurus. And these two planets, when you have a square like this, it's about the Feinschmeckers. I'm Danish, so I know German as well. Most of us have had it in school. And Feinschmecker, the Feinschmeckers means that these are the ones who loves good quality, likes material things, good food, Taurus, good quality of the clothes, and the same with the Leo, loves to shine and the nicest things. And these are two different parts of a material, needing something that they dream of and want to manifest, but since it's a square, it's something you don't have, and you don't feel like, oh, since you don't have this, it's not good enough yet, because you want to achieve it. But then use the Gemini new moon to think about how you can achieve it. Use the Mars over there in Aquarius to think about, to act upon, thinking about in the future, how can I find a way to get this in my life. Let's see, do we have other things? Because I don't want to make it too long this time. Of course, we still have the things going on with the personal planets. We have two personal planets moving signs, and that's always a great shift, because we have Mercury, the planet of communication, and how we think and reach a result in our thinking process and what we believe, kind of like a belief system. Not as in spiritual belief, but more like how do we perceive things. It's a new moon here in Gemini, but Mercury, the ruler of Gemini, is moving into Cancer. So here it connects with the intuition and has a change there. And maybe it wants a break, it wants a vacation there in Cancer. It wants to just relax and calm down. But there are other things in the zodiac that perhaps doesn't want to do that, but it gives you a way of perhaps internalizing your thought processes more, going deep within you and connect the heart to the mind, and your own inner child. Then we have Venus also moving into, as I said before, into Leo, but it's a sign change, and these things happens over 1.5 days. So this week is a changing week, and we start with a new moon, so the energy is not at the highest. It will peak later on, but it will start increasing as we have the last week of the spring, and we also have Mars going stationary and slowing down before it moves retrograde. So there's also a feeling of stalling in certain things that you cannot push forward with. Accept that. And the Venus moving into Leo is also us wanting to enjoy life more and to enjoy romance and you know, let out the teenager inside of us and explore life. And I think I want to end it with this, because your own sun sign report also said a lot. Thank you so much for joining me here on Maria and RainbowLand. Remember that you can subscribe to the channel, and please also remember to, this is the most important thing for me to say, that's why I say it in the end as the PS, detachment. This will be a theme this summer, Mars in Aquarius, conjuncting the South Node. You will be tested in detachment. Try to detach to wanting a special, exact result or response from, especially a response from other people. If you want something so much and you try to force it through because you say to other people, this is what I want, and they don't respond the way you will, hand it over to the universe to solve your issue. If you have said something and people don't want the same as you, you have to accept it. We are not gods. Leave it up to the universe or God or love or whatever you call it. The best thing you can do to other people is accept them where they are. That's how you help them evolve. You don't help them by pushing through. Detachment, try to not attach to others. Find a balance. And remember, don't follow trends, follow your heart.
Summertime, sommer du min, og jeg vild med dig. Summertime, honey, solen danser, du og jeg. Hver evig eneste morgen, der går jeg i skoven. Jeg tager min gummi på, giver hunden snor og synger tar, la 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 la. Om det regner og sner, eller der sol for øjen, yeah, yeah. Så bider jeg en stille vand for dig, og ønsker dig lykke på vejen. Så takknemlig for, du vil følges med mig. Fuldmånen stråler ned dig. Måneskin, måneskin, måneskin. Har solen skinner på din vej. Put that in, put that in, put that in.
This is a funny report, she thinks and hopes. Okay, this is an introduction. Before we take your sun sign, I have a little bit of a funny thing to do that I think is funny. You can choose whether you think it's hilarious or not. And first I want to sing, because I'm happy, clap along if you feel like that's what you want to do. Because I'm happy, clap along if you feel like happiness is your truth. Because I'm happy, clap along if you feel like that's what you want to do. Bring me down, it's too high, or something like that. Okay, the reason why I'm singing this song as to begin with is, if you get provoked by me being the Fool card in tarot, let me see if I have it here. You know the Fool in tarot, right? This one, this guy. He's the Fool. It's number 0 in the Great Arcana. I also do tarot because I think it's funny. I am like the Fool. I've chosen to be just like Don Quixote in Spanish literature. Don Quixote de la Mancha is one of the greatest books written and one of the most famous, as famous as Shakespeare, just in Spain and the Spanish culture in general, Latin America as well. Don Quixote was the fool, the naive fool that chose to believe in the good of people and the good of things. So if you think about the law of attraction, what do when you do that? You create good things. When you see the good and the best in other people, in their heart, and you let out the inner child, the naive fool, that's why it's called the Fool. What happens to you is that you get a joyful life, and you can, what do you call that in English? You can give, I don't remember the word, smitte, contaminate. You contaminate others with joy and with love, And how can that be bad? So if you're one of the ones who get provoked by my style, there was some last week, I'm really open to criticism, but do it constructively. Tell me if you don't like it. Unless you don't want to, then it's fine. You can just leave, of course, and not watch it again. But if you want to criticize, try to write what, because I'm so open to learning new things and also learning how this works in the program. So please comment. But if you're one of the ones that gets really provoked by my foolish nature and the childish behavior, then you have to know that perhaps you are the ones who actually have an issue with just that, and then this program is awesome for you to learn how to wash. Because we often get provoked, we always get, if we have a reaction and get provoked, we do it more or less always because it reflects something inside of us that we haven't come to terms with. So there's a purpose for me being the fool, because I want to inspire you to find the inner fool that actually believes in the good in this world, even though you see a lot of shit on the news. I'm sorry, pardon my French. No, I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry, baby, I'm sorry. No, I'm not sorry. Na, 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 na. Okay, this week I'm gonna do yet another little thing where I take all the signs, and I will now this week show you how they react if they get a fine. And this, remember, if you get provoked, because last week people got really provoked about my sign is not like that and stuff like that, the people I knew that actually said it to me. And I'm like, no, of course you are not necessarily like that. This is an archetype of if you are extremely your sign or push or pressured, okay? So take it as it is. We start with Aries, and this week the whole situation is like this. For every sign, there's a situation where a man is walking down the street and he comes close to me, who are the representative of each sign. And of course we start with Aries and then we go on. And so I will play two people here. I will play the sign and I will play the man coming. Okay, so the situation is this. I just parked my car further down the street and a man comes and tells me the following. Well, excuse me, sir. Are you the one who has the red pressure partner down the street with the heart on the back? And this is the Aries. Yes, sir. That's me. That's my car. Okay. I'm so sorry that I have to tell you this, but there's a fine in the window, front window. Plus, a lot of birds has been excremating on your car, so using your car as a toilet. What? What are you saying? I am not. No way! I will not take that fine. I cannot pay it. I will not pay that fine because I know that I parked the car at the place where I'm supposed to park the car, and I can't park the car. Oh, yeah. Okay, you're right. Okay, I got it out. Okay, thank you for telling me. It's not your problem. I'll go and pay. That was Aries. Taurus. So are you the one who has the red pressure partner down the street? Yes, I am. Yes, that's me. I'm sorry to tell you this, but there's a fine in there's a ticket or a fine in the window, and a lot of birds kind of made use of your car as a toilet. What? You gotta be kidding me. Yes, that's kind of like on the window, so you better bring, you cannot see anything out of the window because they did it there, so you had better bring something to wash it with. I don't believe. But it's true, sir. I'm sorry. I hate when these things happen to me. I don't like that the government even allow these birds to go around these areas. I cannot accept this. I cannot calm down again because I'm sweating now. I'm sorry, sir. It's not your fault, I know, but I am just so pissed off right now. I cannot calm down. I better find this parking lot man and tell him some things, because I know that I actually parked this car within a zone where it's legal to do so I cannot park this car anywhere else. Scorpio. I'm not paying a single dime. Give me the name of that man. How did he look? When I get a hold of that man, he better be happy that I did not bring my 9mm, because then I would have practiced and used him as a target, or him or the birds for that matter. They have to be happy that I was not there, because then I would have just said and gone they would have been. Don't shit on my parade. Sagittarius. What? You're telling me I'm getting a fine? You know what? I'm not gonna let that ruin my mood. I am in such a great mood that I will actually ask you to join me, because we're going to a party over here, and I think that you should come and join us, you know? Let's go. And I think I see the parking lot guy over there. Hey, sir. No, come over here, I'm friendly. Yeah, what do you think about us going to this party that I'm going? And maybe we could talk about me getting a discount on the fine over there, you know? Capricorn. Oh, so I got this fine? Well, it's my duty and full responsibility to take responsibility for my actions. And I did wrong to society, and it's very important that when we do so, we do what is expected of us, and that is, of course, to pay our fine, to keep the justice flowing in the society, because if we don't have justice, if we don't do what we're supposed to do, we will destroy the structure, and we all need to pay our dues and undo our wrongdoings and make them right again. I'm gonna go straight over there to go and pay my fine. And furthermore, I will go and fix and make these kind of scary things for the car that can scare away the animals, the birds, for next time, so that they can learn that there are certain rules here in society that we just don't overstep. Thank you very much, sir, for telling me. And have a good day. Sorry, Capricorn, I love you guys. Last week I was also rough on you. My best friends are Capricorn, so some of them. So don't worry. Have a lot in 10th house. I even have Saturn there, so I'm also have this side. So don't take it personal. Aquarius. Really? So I got a fine for that? Oh, it's so typical, because society, they haven't yet figured out a way, and I don't believe this, that they did not figure out a way to have an automated system, instead of having people running around, but having a system that would tell you, now you're within, now you're without the line, a robot or something like that. Making sure also to send out a signal to the birds. You know, you can make these kind of special wavelengths that you send through the air, so the birds will hear it as a sound, as some of the overtones we don't hear as human beings, and they will be aware of that this zone you're not supposed to leap in, and they will just fly another way. I read this somewhere, and also I thought that this from another article that I wrote, that it would be possible to do the same thing with birds as they do with the zebras in the African jungle. And by the way, I have some friends actually that think that if I go and see them, we will be able to figure out a way to get this installed right away, and this will create a better society for us in the future, so people like me don't get a fine that is so unnecessary as now. Thank you for telling me, sir. Have a good day. Pisces. La 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 la. A what? A what? You telling me I'm getting a fine? No way! For what? For parking my car? My car? Do I have a car? Oh yeah, I parked my car there 3 days ago. I totally forgot. I was just hanging out with these friends. Oh shit, this sucks, man. Shit. We're just hanging out, you know, and getting a little bit of this and a little bit of that, a little bit of that. And now I'm like getting a fine. I'm just like, oh shit, but I'll find a way to pay it, you know. I'll find a way to pay it. We'll find a way to pay. By the way, did you hear that song? You know, this from the Vietnam War. What was it? How is it going? Let me see. Where have all the flowers gone? A long time passing. Where have all the flowers gone? Long time ago. Oh, where have all the flowers gone? Long time passing. When will they ever learn? When will they ever learn? Hopefully we will learn. Let's go on with it. Thanks for watching this, and remember to write in the comment section. The comment section. If there's any questions or any criticism of this is not typical for my sign, or you could do that better. Give it more gas on the because my sign would actually say this or do that. Or if you have an idea of some situation where I can act out the sign. Thank you for watching this. So that was it with the sun sign, the collective, and the sketch part. And again, remember to comment and in the comment section if you have a comment about it. And I put it at the end this time, so if it's not for you to watch, then you just skip it. I don't know if you saw it in an earlier report, but I'm trying to prepare a series of programs or a way to make these programs as a pilot for NHK. So that's why I'm testing how it works in reality. That will of course be edited and cut in a more professional way, since I don't have that much time to do it, as I have a full-time job as a designer in my own company. I'm making walking art designs, but this is at the same time as I have been a TV host in Denmark. But now I live in Tokyo, where I have my walking art design and I do my music and also this. So this is from where it began this week, and where the drone crashed, and how I came to the location where all the sun signs are shot. And in some of the reports, I even saw seals. That's in the Aquarius, or one seal that came. So a lot of things happened, different things for each sign. So not a lot, but the ships came in and out, and I love to make it adventurous and at a new location every week. But again, thanks a lot for watching. If you watched it all the way to here, I'm impressed, because they say that typical YouTube viewers only watch like 15 minutes. So don't follow trends, follow your heart. See ya. And the rest of this, you see that I'm filming here, is just the journey on the roller skates through good weather, through horrible weather. It changed between rain and sun, and the drone crashes at the end as the grand big hallelujah. So I'm not expecting you to watch it all the way, but if you do, it's just to experience. Perhaps you like the sea, the ocean side. It's from my hometown. I'm back in Tokyo as I'm editing this, because this was from my last day in Denmark. So it's also a goodbye for now to a really, really, really beautiful natural resort that we have on the west coast of Denmark. If you ever get a chance to go, write me and I will tell you which beautiful places to visit. Hugs, your modern shaman, Maria, and RainbowLand. Don't follow trends, follow your heart. And finally again here, our song, Summertime. Song that me and Migunlai Bragdahun wrote and produced and sang and did everything more or less together. I'm primarily on the songwriting and the melody of the song, and he's primarily on the whole production and composing of the different instruments, but overlapping. Bye. Remember, you can get this on iTunes, or Spotify, or anywhere else. Summertime Måneskin version by Maria Maria in RainbowLand. Oh no, Maria Maria, it was just the name at the time. Maria Maria is 2 years old. Bye.
Summertime, så du min, og jeg vild med dig. Summertime, honey, solen danser, du og jeg. Hver evig eneste morgen, der går jeg i skoven. Jeg tager min gummi på, giver hunden snor og synger tra-la-la-la-la-la. Om det regner og sner, eller der sol for øjen, yeah, så bider jeg en stille bånd for dig og ønsker dig lykke på vejen. Så nemlig for du vil følges med mig. Fuldmånen stråler ned på dig. Måneskin, måneskin, måneskin. Har solen skinner på din vej. Put den ind, put den ind, put den ind. Summertime, så du min, og jeg vild med dig. Summertime, honey, solen danser, du og jeg. Hver evig eneste aften til kaffe, der bæller te og kobler hjernen fra til sød musik, der siger da-di-da-di-da-di-da. Om tiden er 3, eller jeg er på farten, oh yeah, så sender jeg dig tusindvis af kram og tænker på alle de gange vi var på trangen. Vi to fik det væk til en sang. Fuldmånen stråler ned på dig. Måneskin, måneskin, måneskin. Har solen skinner på din vej. Luk den ind, luk den ind, luk den ind. Summertime, så du min, og jeg vild med dig. Summertime, honey, solen danser, du og jeg. Sagde jeg til livet, gav slip på tanken, tog ej for givet. Fik det vi troede på, nu er det kommet. Vi skulle samme vej, og jeg kan slet ikke forstå, at du er her hos mig. Nej. Fuldmånen stråler ned på dig. Måneskin, måneskin, måneskin. Har solen skinner på din vej. Luk den ind, luk den ind, luk den ind. Summertime, fuldmånen stråler ned på dig. Måneskin, måneskin, måneskin. Summertime, så du min, og jeg vild med dig. Summertime, honey, solen danser, du og jeg. Hver evig eneste morgen, der går jeg i skoven. Jeg tager min gummi på, giver hunden snor og synger tra-la-la-la-la-la. Om det regner og sner, eller der sol for øjen, yeah, Sidste aften til kaffe. Der bæller te og kobler hjernen fra til sød musik, der siger da-di-da-di-da-di-da. Om tiden er 3, eller jeg er på farten. Oh yeah. Så sender jeg dig tusindvis af kram og tænker på alle de gange vi var på trangen. Vi to fik det væk til en sang. Fuldmånen stråler ned på dig. Måneskin, måneskin, måneskin. Og solen skinner på din vej. Luk den ind, luk den ind, luk den ind. Sommer, sommertime, sommertime. Sommer, du er min og jeg er vild med dig. Sommer, sommer, sommertime, sommertime. Honey, honey, solen danser, du og jeg. Sagde ja til livet, gav slip på tanken, tog ej for givet. Fik det vi troede på, nu er det kommet. Vi skulle samme vej, og jeg kan slet ikke forstå, at du er her hos mig. Nej. Fuldmånen stråler ned på dig. Måneskin, måneskin, måneskin. Og solen skinner på din vej. Luk den ind, luk den ind, luk den ind. Sommer, sommer, sommertime. Sommertime. Sommer, sommer, sommertime. Sommertime. Fuldmånen stråler ned på dig. Måneskin, måneskin, måneskin. Sommer, sommer, sommertime. Sommertime. Sommer, du er min og jeg er vild med